just the invitation to come and worship together. It's one of the greatest privileges, is to just this morning, worshiping together. So thank you for that invitation and for making us feel so welcome. A couple of months, actually it was 1 month ago, early August, Henderson actually came to ASDAH and did chapel for us. And I just want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you. It was an unbelievable worship experience. And I know our students absolutely loved it. So can I just put a little shout out to Henderson? Thank you for your youth, and I know a lot of the choir came and shared. It was one of the most phenomenal worships we've had at ASDAH. So thank you for the way you've come and worshipped with us this morning. Yeah, just thanks once again for having us. I also want to just take this opportunity to say thank you to three students we're really proud of, and our three of viewers, which is Moala, Luther and William. And yeah, we love them to bits, and we just love how you've groomed them and that we get to share them with you. And I want to say thank you to those three, because they've done some awesome stuff this morning, and they did heaps for us at ASDAH. So we're really proud of them, and I know you're really proud of them, but I just want to say a big thank you to them this morning. Thank you to the guitar group for your beautiful item this morning. Thank you for being part of worship. And I also want to take this opportunity, because I am a school chaplain for a reason, which is because I love young people. So this morning, special welcome over here to Benjamina, Alea and Ansi, three of ASDAHs who have turned up. Down the back we have three of our best looking young gentlemen and their brothers, Asela, Tueli and Talonga, so welcome this morning. And I don't want to forget Sulu, and down the back we've got Caleb, one of our best, as well as Benite and Gloria. If I've forgotten anyone else from ASDAH, I apologise, but there's some of our students. I want to say a big welcome to them, because they are awesome. This morning, Fitu, our principal, is sick, and so I've had a little bit of a busy morning sort of organising his little section. So I'm going to share what he was going to share this morning. So if a little bit of what I share this morning is not quite as polished as the other, that's because I've had a couple of hours to pull it together. But if we can pray for him, he's not very well at the moment, and I know he'd love some prayers just to get back to full health. Finally, children, if you have your little slip, this is where you are going to need it, so pull that out. You've got three words today: grace, father and son or sons. So don't be afraid to fill that out, and Edwina will take those at the end and find out who has been listening in excellently. Let's just bow our heads before we get into the word this morning. Father in heaven, you are God. And this morning we are here to seek you, to seek your will, and to seek a greater and deeper experience with you. Lord, you have so many good things for us. Open up our hearts this morning, open up our minds, and sometimes even open up our hands, Lord, so that we are ready to receive what you have for us. Be with us now. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. To illustrate the point further, Jesus told them this parable. To illustrate the point further. So what point was Jesus trying to illustrate further with the parable of the prodigal son in Luke 15:11? It's the most well-known parable that is in the Bible. We've heard it dozens and dozens and dozens, and sometimes even a few more dozen times in church and school settings. Everywhere we go, the parable that always comes up is the prodigal son, or the Good Samaritan. That's the other really well-known one. Bad son rejects his dad, takes his inheritance, goes. Squanders it all, wastes it all, finds himself at the bottom of the barrel, decides to go home, turns up, he's practiced a little speech, the dad says, don't want to hear the speech, you're back in, let's throw your party. Older son sees what's going on and goes, not happy, don't like it, the son should not be allowed back in. Why did Jesus share that parable? What was the point? Luke 15:11 says, to illustrate the point further, Jesus told them that story. We know it so well that sometimes we miss the point. So what is the point? Is it that God welcomes us back when we're sort of, we turn away from him and we sort of finally come back to him? He'll welcome us? Well, yes. But why does he welcome us back? Is it a parable about the Father's love? Well, yes, but there's more to it. It's not just the Father's love. A good father, in fact we could argue, a good father would have actually stopped the son before he went. A loving father would have said, son, I know you want the inheritance, I know you want to go and be a ratbag, but I'm going to say no, I'm going to step in and be a good loving father and not let you go. I know you'll hate me, I know you'll get really upset, but it's for your own good. I'm doing it because I love you. A good loving father would have stepped in earlier and stopped the son from going. It does illustrate the father's love, but there's more to it. Is it about the sons? Well, clearly. And I know in the Message Bible, the little heading is called The Lost Sons, plural. Because it's not just about one son being lost, it's about two sons. Both of them did get something. But again, it's more than just about the two sons. It is a parable of grace. Jesus explains all about the Father's love in other parables and passages. But in this string of three parables, because you've got two parables right before it, and they flow one from another, and Jesus is responding and trying to get us to understand something. And there are three parables all about how we are saved. Yes, the Father loves us. Yes, the Father welcomes us back when we return to Him, but it is showing us how and why we're saved. We're saved by grace. And both sons did not understand this. Both sons are focused on what they are doing or not doing. And this is how they both believe they earn their father's love, they earn their position in the house, and they earn their status as sons. But the father's love and their status as sons in his house are given to them by grace. Grace is how the sons are treated by the father, and it's what they both receive freely from the father. And neither of them deserve it. And both sons miss that point. First of all, the younger bad son, traditionally the bad son, on his way home, he's practicing a speech. And it's all about, you know, Dad, I'm sorry, I've mucked up, here's what I'm going to do. In fact, I don't even deserve the good stuff, but just let me be a servant, let me be a slave, but that's what I will do for you so I can get back into the house. So again, I can earn your love. I'll be a slave to you. I'll earn it, Dad, I'll do that. And the dad cuts him off and throws him a party, way more than he deserves. The dad cuts off the speech and puts a new robe and rings and everything else and restores him way more than he deserves. The older son pulls out a big list as well. The older son finds out what's going on and he pulls out a big list of what the younger son's done. Dad, do you know that he's gone and done that? What about that and that and that? The son pulls out a list of what the other son has done as evidence for why the dad should reject him. And then he pulls out his own list of what he's been doing for why the dad should reward him and why his dad should love him more. He too believes that his father's love and status as a son is earned based on what they do. Both sons point to what they have done as reason for the love or rejection of the dad. They both fail to see that it is grace by the Father, given by the Father, that makes them sons fit for his house. Their status is solely given through grace. Can you see that this picture is so much bigger than just the Father's love? It is because of the Father's love that he extends the grace, but it's more than just the dad being loving. It's what he has chosen to give because of that love. And both sons simply need to choose to accept it or not. Both sons have the option of going, no, I reject that grace, that status bait just given to me, and I'm going to keep trying to earn my dad's love. Or I'm going to try to earn it back. Both sons have actually rejected it. And the parable is left open at the end for us to wonder how both sons respond to the Father's grace. Do they both reject his grace and hold on to their actions as the basis for their acceptance or rejection? Or do they simply say yes to what he offers? It is a story of grace. This morning I have three extremely awesome young people who are going to come up and share a little something with us. So Gloria, Leah and definitely Caleb, if you three could please come forward. I will grab you the blue mic. This morning we're looking at three pictures of grace, and there are three Bible passages that more than any other are really clear and beautiful pictures of grace. And I've asked these three awesome young people this morning to share these three passages of